Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. So I'm Dhananjana Dassanayake, and in this video I have brought you the chapter 7, which is happiness in the old age depends on how you have lived in the past. Okay, so this lesson is based on some Dhammapada Gathas. So we have about 3 Gathas in here, so it won't be a big lesson. But what you all should do is you should remember these gathas by heart, because for your exams you get this gathas. That means you get the first part of it and then you have to complete it, or else you get this whole gatha and you have to explain its meaning. Okay, so let's begin. So in this lesson we'll be going through the gathas and the relevant story which the Buddha took as an example. Okay, so in the first part it's given, the pond is full of water with fish swimming very happily in groups. Nearby an old heron crane very lazily gazing never stooped to get his food. පොකුණක් තියෙනවා, ඒ පොකුණේ මාළු ගොඩාක් පීනනවා. ඒ වුණාට ඒ ළඟ ඉන්න කොස්වාලිහිනියා, you can just imagine a crane or something. Okay, here it's a crane. ඌ හරිම කම්මැලි. ඉතින් මේ පොඩ්ඩකට නැමිලා තමන්ගේ ආහාරය පිණිසවත් එයා නැමිලා මේ ඒ කාලෙදි කාර්යශූර වෙලා එයාගේ කෑම සපයා ගත්තේ නැහැ. When the pond dries up with no fish, still the old heron gazes at the pond. He had no food and felt sad, but the bird was too lazy to get food. එයා ඒ කාලේ කෑම ගත්තෙත් නෑ. දැන් මේ පොකුණ වේලිලා ගිහිල්ලා. දැන් ඒකේ මාළු නෑනේ. ඒත් මේ වයසට ගිහිල්ලත් මේ කොස්සාලිහිනියා තාම පොන්ඩ් එක දිහා බලාගෙන ඉන්නවා. එයාට කෑමක් නෑ. ඒකින්ද එයා දුකින් ඉන්නේ. ඒත් එයාගේ කම්මැලිකම නිසා එයා කෑම ගේන්න යන්නෙත් නෑ. Okay, so this is an example preached by the Buddha to explain what happens to the youth who has not done anything for his own welfare and not educated enough, not acquired wealth which he could have easily done so. But later, when he is old and unable to do anything, he feels sad about the lost past. Okay, so you know your parents, they're always asking you all to study, right? They're always shouting at you all, they're like scolding you, study. You might feel that it's a nuisance, right? අනේ මොකටද පාඩම් කරනවද මන් දන්නේ මාර කරදරයක් කියලා හිතෙන්න පුළුවන්. But this is a good example for you all to know why they do so, right? Because at the right time, when the time is ripe, if you don't do what is relevant for you all, when time passes, you will feel sad about your past. අනේ මෙහෙම කරන්න තිබ්බනේ දැන් හිතමු exam. You are not studying for that, right? You are not studying for that. You are just thinking that you are enjoying life. So after you do the exam, then you feel අනේ මට තව ටිකක් පාඩම් කරන්න තිබ්බ. තව පාඩම් කරා නම් මේ ටික පොතේ තිබ්බනේ කියලා you might feel sad, right? So when you have the time, you should do what is relevant for you all, right? Because like you are living, you are going to live for another year, lot of years, right? So you can do many things when time comes. So in the present time period, you should do what's relevant for you all. ඔයාලට මේ උචිත වෙන දේ තමයි ඔයාලා කරන්න ඕනේ. වයසට වැඩි දේවත් වයසට අඩු දේවත් නෙමෙයි. ඒ කාලෙට කරන්න ඕන දේ ඒ කාලෙට කරන්න ඕනේ. එහෙම කරපු කෙනෙක් කවදාවත් අනාගතයේදී පසුතැවෙන්නේ නැහැ. So let's see what the relevant gatha for that is. Okay, so this is the gatha. Acharitva, this one. Acharitva brahmacharyan aladda yobbe nedana jinna konchava nyayanti keenamacheva pallale, right? So this explains, they who in youth have not led the holy life, have not obtained wealth, pine away like old herons on a pond without fish. තමන්ගේ තරුණ කාලෙදී යෝඩිදිදයි. No, he's alive. okay. තමන්ගේ තරුණ කාලෙදී තමන්ට අදාළ දේ කියන්නේ ධර්මිෂ්ඨ විදිහට if he did not lead a holy life then he would not obtain wealth, okay, and when he grows old he would feel sad and miserable. He would repent on his past deeds. අනේ මෙහෙම කරන්න තිබ්බනේ කියලා හිතුවට ඒක කරන්න පරක්කු වැඩි because up to now nobody has have invented a time machine. So you can't go back in time. So what you all have to do is you should do the things relevant for you all in the present time period itself. Okay? So you should by heart these. Okay? So the next Gatha, these are Dhammapada Gathas. So the next Gatha is Acharitva Brahmacharya Aladda Yobba Nidana Senti Chapadati Kinva Puranani Anuttuna. Okay? They who in youth have not led the holy life, have not obtained wealth, lie like worn out bows sighing after the past. Okay, the relevant story for that is up here. See? Another story of a youth with a bow and arrow which was aimed to the wood. The arrow had worn out waiting from the past. Okay, now there's a youth, somebody like you, a young person, a young man or a young lady or somebody. So that person is with a bow and arrow. You know what that is, right? Dunna itale. So he is aiming to the wood, but he is not letting it out. ඒ කියන්නේ aim එක අරගෙන හිටියට එයා ඒක විදින්නේ නැහැ නිකන් aim එක අරගෙනම ඉන්නවා. එතකොට see the arrow had worn out waiting from the past. දැන් මේ ඊතලේ බලාගෙන ඉන්නවා දැන් යවයි but he is not doing it at the right time. Just imagine you are aiming at a deer or something. deer එතනම ඉන්නේ නෑනේ මේ අවුරුදු ගානක් ඉන්නේ නෑනේ. You should aim it and at the right time you should shoot. But if you just aim and do not do the right action at the right period, the arrow will be worn out waiting from the past. So this Gatha which we discussed right now is the Gatha relevant for that. See, both these Gathas are the same, not the same. Some words are the same. See, Acharitva Brahmacharya. The two verses are the same. See, where the point where it changes is from the third verse. See, this is Jinna Konchava Nyayanti Kina Macheva Pallale. Okay, this is Sentichapa the teaching verb Puranani Anuttuna. These words might seem really difficult for you all to pronounce as well, but however, just try to remember these. Okay, so you know what that means. So both of these gathas are relevant to taking right actions at the right moment. Okay, so that you don't have to sigh after the past. So remember these gathas and remember their meanings, and also not only just remembering them, take it to your heart. Okay, because these are very relevant for your life as well, because you are also enjoying life, taking the fun you all need. And then you might, I'm not wishing you should, but you might sigh for your past. So now itself study and get ready for your exams and all. Okay, so by these two Dhammapada Gathas, Buddha advises the young to have a moral life. Okay, earn good living, earn wealth in a correct way. This is an important point because you can earn wealth in various ways, right? You could sell drugs, you could misbehave and then earn money, but that is not the correct way. The way you should earn, it should be done in the correct way and to have a good life in the old age. If you do these things, if you have a moral life, if you earn a good living, then you could be happy when you're old. So these points also you should remember, because sometimes you will be asked what are the life morals you can get from Dhammapada Gathas. So these points you should keep in mind. Just include them in your short note. So likewise, if a person spends a normal life, educated, energetic, not lazy, he would be able to earn wealth and save them for the old age. So only if you earn well, you can save them for the old age. That is when you can stay happy. But if you didn't earn wealth and save, then in your old age, when you have to rest and all, then also you will have to work hard. Okay. So the next gatha we'll be going through is Uttanavato Satimato Suchikammasa Nissammakarino Sanyatassacha Dhammajivino Appamattassa Yasobi Vaddati. If you can't pronounce these words, just go through what I said now and then write it in Sinhala or your preferred language. So the meaning of that is continuously increases the glory of him who is energetic, mindful, pure indeed, discriminative, self-controlled, right living and heedful. These are the facts which a person's glory can be increased, right? If you are energetic, if you are mindful, if you are pure indeed, discriminative and self-controlled, right living and heedful. Okay, I won't explain these facts right now because in the other page you've got it well explained. So this is also a very important poem, it's a gatha which you should keep in mind, right? This is most often repeated in most of the exams. Okay, so this is also another point, good point. These things means the things which happen to your life do not happen due to God's wish or as a result of karma. Some things, okay, not everything. හැමදේම වෙන්නේ දෙවියන්ගේ මේ කැමැත්තටවත් කර්මයටවත් නෙමෙයි. හරිද? It is due to your own energetic behavior. Now if you fail the exam, then you say දෙවියෝ හිතනවා ඇති මම මේ සැරේ පාස් වෙන්න මේ ඕනේ නැහැ කියලා. දෙවියන්ගේ කැමැත්තනේ fail වුණාට කමක් නැහැ කියලා කියන්න බෑ, right? Because you failed because you didn't study well. But if you did study well, if you gave it your full capacity, then you can pass. So that result depends on your energetic behavior. So this is the gatha which we discussed before. Okay, Uttanavato Satimato, that thing. So in here, word by word of that is explained. So you also remember these words and also their meaning. Okay, so this is Uttanavato. Uttane means energetic, right? Unfailing energy, body and mental strength. So the next one is Satimato. You know what Sati means, right? We've talked about Sati throughout a lot of lessons, right? So Sati means the mind. So Satimato means mindful, good thoughts, knows the good and bad and has a good memory. So the next one is Suchikamma. So Kamma means work, right? Suchikamma means pure in his work. He is working and that means he is very pure. Now just imagine you are doing something but you are like scolding the person who gave you the work. You are not doing it with a pure heart. But if you put your mind at that and do it with with your whole heart, then you are pure at the work, right? You won't steal from your owner, you won't misuse what's given to you. So that means you are pure in your work. Pure in mind and body, and thoughts always bend on doing kusal and never does akusal. Okay, so these underlined things are the most appropriate things to define these words, right? Suchikamma means very pure in his work, and the other parts are just to explain you in depth. So if you want, you can go through them also. But if you are a person who tells me ane teacher puluwan tarang ketiyen kiyala denna wage na, you could just go through these parts, right? So the next one is Nissammakari. Nissammakari means always thoughtful of things done. Like a doctor who treats the patient goes to the root cause before decision making. Okay, when you refer to something, okay, when you're going to do something, you should go to the depth of it. Okay, you should know what you are doing. Now, if you are doing something seriously and after some time, you just forget what you were doing and then you just finish it, right? It's not complete. Now, just imagine you were a doctor. Now, when you are doing, if you don't know the root cause and also you are just doing it for the sake of doing operation, operate karanama, then you can't remember why you are doing it. And as you don't know the root cause, you don't know what you should do. Then you just open up the man and then think what you should monada pagaranne kiyala mokari wellak kapala stitch karala nikama mahanna puluwan, right? So you should be thoughtful of what you are doing. So that is what being nissamakari is. So even being a doctor, you should go to the root cause before you decide something. If you are in a problem, if you have a problem, you should go to the root cause. I may problem make mata tiyenne. Why was it caused? How can I take steps to avoid that, right? So that is what being nissamakari is, being thoughtful. And the next one is sanyatassa. Sanyatassa means being self-controlled. Mind is filled with good thoughts, speaking well, and mind and body are trained in good ways. You know, none of us are arahats, right? So because of that, we get various thoughts to our mind. They could be good ones and as well as they could be bad ones. But you should know how to be controlled. You should have a self-control. And when bad ideas like bad ideologies come to your mind, you should control them and try to fill your mind with good thoughts only. That's impossible actually, because none of us have trained for that. But however, you should try your best to control yourself. So the other thing is Dhamma Jivi. That means spend a religious life. So Jivi means, Jiva means a life. Dhamma Jivi means spending the life according to the Dhamma. That is spending a religious life. That is a way in which you can remember that part. So the other thing is Appamattassa. Appamattassa means as a whole everything. See, continuously increases the glory of him, being energetic, mindful, pure indeed, discriminative, self-controlled, right living, and heedful. So this Appamattassa goes to this heedful. Being heedful is Appamattassa. Okay. So I hope you got that. There are people who live with good thoughts. Also, there are those who act in degraded manner, who has to earn anything and live in bad ways, who has not, right? Who has not earned anything and live in bad ways have made them bankrupt, lose money. Later they feel sorry and sad about their own activities of their past. So, if people are not good in their manners and they don't have good thoughts, if they have not earned, then they will lose their money. Okay, not only money, they might even lose their own families. They might lose the people they love. So after everything is lost, they will feel sorry and sad. But in your point of view, is there any use of being sad after something happened? No, because you'll be sad for some time, you'll cry maybe, and then you'll just have to repent it throughout your life. But if you be energetic and do what you have to do in the present time, don't think that I'm repeating the same thing, because that's what we have to teach you in this lesson. So if you don't do what you have to do, you will have to feel sad and sorry. So try not to be that, right? Try not to feel sorry. Try to do everything you have to do at this moment. Okay, so the moral we get from this lesson is to be thoughtful, to be active in the present, then you can be happy of the real life you spent in the past, right? So that is what I've been repeating throughout this lesson. And then here you have some questions. What does Acharitva Brahmacharya means? And the second one is, what is meant by Uttanavato Satimato? Okay, you can answer these, and if you need, If you feel like it, you could just comment the answers below so that I can check them and see that you are an attentive learner. Okay, attentive and energetic learner like we learned in the lesson today. So I like to have your feedback on how my teaching is, because now earlier I did my explanations only in English, and after some time, because most of you like to have it bilingually, right, from both the languages, Sinhala and English. So I used both the languages. So do you like it that way? Should I add more Sinhala words, or should I do it only with English, right? So give me that feedback also. So we finish the lesson soon today, because it's a very short lesson, but you should by heart all the 3 gathas in this. Okay, so I hope you learned something today, and also share your knowledge with your friends, and also subscribe to my channel and like it if you want to. Okay, thank you. Goodbye and take care.